when we have our next break, I encourage you to come up to their tables and ask these great questions.
Good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me? My name is Sanasa, and I get to serve as the Community Engagement Specialist at the New York City Emergency Management, also known as OEM. So we help New Yorkers before, during, and after emergencies, and we do this in different ways. We have a program called Ready New York, which is our public education campaign where New Yorkers learn about different hazards that may happen in the city and how can they prepare for those hazards with their families, right? So we don't only stop in teaching individuals, but we also have a program for community and faith-based organizations, which is called Strengthening Communities. I don't know, can you all hear me?
That's better, yeah.
So the program is called Strengthening Communities and is geared towards community and faith-based organizations, networks, or coalitions. So the goal is to work with them for 6 months so that they can create an emergency plan specific to their communities, right? So this plan is, in case of an emergency, they're able to go back to this written plan. And we do know that some of you here have your plan, but do you have a written plan in place, such as having maybe a communication plan? How do you reach out to your communities to let them know if there's a specific emergency happening in the city, right? So they also learn about how to manage donations and volunteers, how to create a resource directory so that if a member of their community needs some kind of resources, they're able to go to a specific page on their website to find those resources around the city. Again, they work with us for 6 months. The first year, they get $40,000 to complete the plan, but after the first year, we encourage them to still collaborate with us, and we call that sustainment programming. Not just create a plan, but also use that plan in case of an emergency. And as we get emergencies in the city, we are able to activate these networks so that they can amplify messages to their communities before, during, and after emergencies. Aram actually is here from ably. She can tell you they're a part of the Strengthening Communities program, and the application is currently open. Again, feel free to stop at this table right here, and we can talk more about some of the eligibility criteria. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Fatima. I'm the Rainproof New York City Fellow, which is, can you hear me like this? I'm Rafad with the Rainproof New York City Fellow with Rebuild by Design. And Rainproof New York City, if you haven't heard of it, is an initiative that strives to connect people, different sectors, and initiatives happening around the city that tackle anything to do with increased heavy rainfall. And we've come a long way, but today we're focusing more on how we can each take action to learning to live with more water. So there's a mini comprehensive guide, which also includes QR codes into getting involved, whether that's learning more resources, keeping track of updates, learning about what's happening in different communities and what initiatives New Yorkers are taking, like shout out Nick here who's doing blood trap. And because of the flooding that happened last week and devastatingly, we lost 2 lives of New Yorkers, we decided to collect flood stories that might not be represented on traditional maps that are found on the city's maps, and are releasing a beta version of our rainproof map where people can today actually come and add their flood stories, or if you know anyone that has, the QR code is up there, so you can take it and share it with anyone you know that has been affected. I'm gonna move it to Nick.
Hey there, I'm Nick, and I'm a guy with a flooding problem, really bad, and I was trying to figure out what can I do, and that simple question turned into 100 other questions. And I live in Brooklyn, and I was trying to figure out where's the water coming from? Is it the sewer? Is it this other thing? Is it this neighbor next door pumping their water over to me? Is it the roof? Is it the basement? Just that alone was hard to figure out. Then what are the options for dealing with it? What's worth the money? What's not? What about insurance? What about this, that, and the other thing? And I kind of was overwhelmed by it all. So I started writing it down, and then I found out my neighbors had the same questions, and they were overwhelmed. So I started sharing that with them. And then someone was like, why don't you put that on a website? Because everybody in New York who's dealing with flooding has the same questions. So that's what that is, the city sponge. And I'm just a guy. I'm not a government agency. I don't have money to give you. I'm sorry. I know people who do. But part of it is paying for the work. And I had to figure out how I was going to pay for my work. So anyway, I just started putting everything that I was learning under the city sponge. It's called the city sponge because you have to absorb the information, not just the water. And I'm trying to help people absorb it like I had to absorb it. And also I can get to citysponge.com. Amazing. So I have been working with Rafal and Johanna at Rebuild because Rebuild by Design is amazing. They do big projects like helping cities figure out how to strategize. But they said, we want to help renters. There's 2.3 million renters in New York City, and a lot of them are in the low levels, basement apartments, the drownings. So we have been working on a tool called Flood Chat, and it's for renters, and it's in 40 languages. I'm not saying the languages are perfect, but there are a lot of languages that I can't do myself. It's an AI-based tool. So what we did is we took all the best renter information and flooding information, and all the things renters need to know, including how to deal with their landlords, and legal and advocacy groups, and all the stuff that like people here have, but also people not here have, and put it into one private little chat GPT for flooding for renters. It's called Flood Chat. And we want, if you know renters, or you can help us find renters who could look at this and tell us, is it good, is it not good? We worked on it for a year. So we'd love to find people who can share this with renters and make it even better. So like when last week happened, renters have a place they can go, even if it's at 2 a.m, even if it's in Haitian Creole, they can get what they need to know and ask the stupid questions that are not stupid questions, but get it quick from all the resources as opposed to having to know all the websites. So thank you.
All right, wonderful. So we're going to take, I think, just a very quick break, 5 minutes, and I'm going to invite the next panelists to come up and get their seats, and we will start up our next discussion at 11:30.